Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Will Izzo and Squirrel Survive Advanced Proofs Online? Yes, Squirrel is here, and she is reported for duty. She is sitting on her chair, ready to learn. Yes, you are. Now, remember, we talked about not interrupting me, yes? Okay. So, today we are starting a brand new unit. We're starting the advanced proofs. Squirrel barely made it through basic proofs, so it's going to be rough. I know it's going to be scary. Yes, I know they don't have their packets. I will post it so that on this video, they will have their packets on the post. Is that better? Oh, now she doesn't talk. Okay. So we're going to take a look at advanced proofs. Today we are looking at long proofs. Tomorrow we will be looking at circle geometry proofs, and Friday will be practice. Now, I do have these packets. Yes, they're in my classroom, but they can't get to them, Squirrel. So I will post this online. Right now you're just going to have to work with whatever paper you can find. No, not toilet paper. We've talked about this. That's not right. That's not right. Toilet paper is rare and very important right now. Okay, so let's take a look at advanced addition and linear pairs. Now, we talked about addition and linear pairs yesterday. So, yep, we did. We did the review packet, remember? Yes, a lot of the kids have been doing a really good job turning in that review packet. They've been taking good pictures and sending them to me on Edmodo. Okay, let's take a look at advanced linear pairs. So, we've got our statement reason chart just like normal. Statement, reason, beautiful. Okay, let's take a look at the triangles we need. ACE. ACE is this triangle over here. And then we've got DBE. DBE is this triangle. I know they're overlapping, Squirrel. What do we do when they overlap? Yeah, we have to draw them separately. What happens if we don't draw them separately, Squirrel? You don't know? Oh, well, if you don't draw them separately, you're basically probably going to get it wrong. Most people who do not draw them separately get them wrong. So let's take a look at drawing them separately. So we got the pink one over here. And we got the blue one over here. That's not blue. Let's try again. Blue one over here. And we've got the pink one is A, E, C. And yeah, the blue one is B, E, D. Okay. Ready for our first given, Squirrely? Our first given is A. Oh, that's not a D. Let's try again. D. Okay. Our first given is AB equals CD. That is our first given. Now, if you notice what's wrong with that given, Squirrely? What's wrong with that first given? You don't know? Let's take a look at where A, B, and C, D are in the picture. This is A, B, this is C, D. Are those a full side of the triangle? No, they're not. I want from A to C and from B to D. So, yeah, those are just pieces. So we're going to have to add. Now, this is going to be exactly like the proof that I did yesterday, where we've got, what do they need to add? Well, both of them need to add a BC onto it. Yeah, in order for AB to be AC, it needs to be added on BC. And in order for CD to be BD, it needs to add on BC. Yeah, BC is in which triangle? Both the triangles. So we call BC equals BC reflexive. After we do the reflexive, then what? Then we have to add those two. So I'm going to have to say AB plus BC and CD plus BC. Good job, squirrel. And that is what we call addition. We're just letting people know that we want to add there. Okay. Once I add those, that gets me AC, and it gets me BD. Good job. So that side is now equal to that side. We've got side addition. Look at that. We've got a whole side. Congratulations, squirrel. We've got a whole side. Okay. Let's go for our next given. That was a very complicated given, wasn't it? That included a lot of work. Let's hope the next given's better. Yeah, I don't think it will be either. Our next given is measure angle 1 equals measure angle 4. Those aren't even in the triangle, squirrel. What do we get? We need to do linear pairs. So this right here, that's all side addition. Now we need to do the whole linear pairs thing. So measure angle 1 matches up with measure angle 2, but we don't say that they equal each other because 1 doesn't equal 2. 1 plus 2 equals 180. And measure angle 4 matches up with measure angle 3. Good job, squirrely. Those are linear pairs. I know, it's complicated. But is it really any different from what we did yesterday? Not yet. Okay, so now we have to do the one big long equation. So I'm going to say measure angle 1 plus measure angle 2 equals measure angle 4 plus measure angle 3. That's my first substitution. Squirrel, my pen is not edible. No, you can't eat that. Nope. Try again. You've got plenty of food. I just went to the store before the plagues hit. We have plenty of squirrel food. My pencil is not one of it. Okay. Let's take a look at our given. So we've got 1 and 4 are the same. So if 1 and 4 are the same, we can either change them both to 1 or both to 4. Let's change them both to 1? Okay, both to 1 it is. Measure angle 1 and measure angle 1. And then the rest falls in like normal, so measure angle 2 and measure angle 3. That's our second substitution. And then the measure angle 1's cancel out. So when the measure angle 1's cancel out, that leaves us with measure angle 2 equals measure angle 3. Yay! That's exciting, isn't it, Square? That's very exciting. And that right there is going to be subtraction. All right, so now we've got measure angle 2 and measure angle 3. Yay! Measure angle A and measure angle D. So we've got one pair of sides, one pair of angles, and we've got a whole lot of steps. Yeah, we do. A lot of steps. Unfortunately, we have run out of givens. Yeah, what are the two things when you run out of givens, squirrel? Linear pairs, not linear pairs. What do you get? You get reflexive and vertical angles. Good job. Reflexive and vertical angles. Unfortunately, no reflexive and no vertical angles. I know that's so awkward. What are we going to do? Well, yeah, we can take a look at the big triangle. Let's take a look at the very big triangle here. Yeah, if we take a look at the big triangle, what do we notice about angle 2 and 3? Two angles are the same. Well, we know something about when two angles are the same. What happens when two angles are the same? Isosceles triangle. The big triangle in this picture is an isosceles triangle. I know, right? Who saw that coming? Squirrel. That was very aggressive. You did not need to hit the mouse like that. No, you didn't. That was aggressive. Okay. So triangle AED is isosceles. And how do we know that? Because two angles are equal. So not only can isosceles give us stuff, but if we have the stuff, we can prove it's isosceles. I know, that's crazy. I agree with you. This is very insane. This guy just keeps going and going. That's why we call these the long proofs. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of steps. Almost as many as a Regents. Let's take a look. Okay, so now that we've got isosceles, the next step after isosceles is definition of isosceles. Very good job, Squirrely. When you have a vocab word, you need to say definition of the vocab word. Okay, definition of isosceles. Now, what does isosceles mean? I know, it's confusing. We already have the two angles. So it can't be two angles. Is there another definition for isosceles? Is there another thing isosceles gives us? Two sides. Okay, so it needs to be two sides are equal. That would be this side and this side. Yes. AE equals ED. Oh, you're right. I should do two there. Why? Because they're the second pair. I know, I fixed it. Thank you very much for catching it, Squirrel. Yes, I'll give you a treat later. So AE equals ED. Yep. And mark it in our picture. Don't forget to mark it in the picture. Now can we prove it? Do we have enough to prove it, Squirrely? That's a good question. It looks a lot like ASS, and ASS is very illegal. Is it ASS? No, it's not. Why? Because the angle's trapped. Good job, Squirrely. The angle's trapped, so it's not ASS, it's SAS, because my angle is trapped between my two sides. So we're going to say SAS, and we need to say that triangle ACE is congruent to triangle DBE. Yeah, we're done! It's about time, isn't it? It was a very long proof. Yes, you were very patient during it. How many steps is it? Okay, we'll count it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 steps! Yeah, good ones! Congratulations, Squirrel, 13 steps! That's a lot longer than our basic proofs, isn't it? That's true. It's really just two basic proofs put together. So did we do anything different? Yeah, not really. It's okay. All right, let's take a look now. Yes, I want to take a look at what I want to give for homework. No, I know you don't like homework. But homework is very important. Why is homework so important, Squirrel? Why do you think it's so important? You don't know? Homework is so important so that you can actually practice what we've done. All right, Squirrely, you ready for another proof? Yeah? It's going to be very long. I think she's ready for it. Yeah, I think you are. Okay, but I don't want to do this one. I want to go down to the homework. Yeah, I want to take a look at the homework and see what we've got homework-wise. Because I'm really liking number 1 on the homework. You think we can handle number 1 on the homework, Squirrely? She's unsure. She's very unsure. Now notice I've given you extra space for these. Look at all that space. Yeah, it's about time, she says. Okay, let's give statement and reason chart, just like we always do. Go all the way to the end. Statement, reason. Okay. Which 2 triangles? A, B, E. Oh, so this one's a skinny one at the end. No overlapping triangles, Squirrel. Yeah, I know you're happy about that. It's very good. You don't have to redraw them now. Okay. So our first given, AC equals BD. AC equals... I know those aren't in the triangle, Squirrel. Where are those? AC equals BD. It's too long. Well, what do we need to get rid of? What would we need to kill? BC. Good job. BC is the one that we want to get rid of. We've got AC and we've got BD. If we kill off BC, then we can have the little sides that we want. Yeah, it's going to be side subtraction. Good job, Squirrely. Yes, you're so good. So smart. Side subtraction. So, it's the BC. It's BC in both cases, right? Okay, so what do we call it when it's in both cases? Reflexive. So, BC equals BC by reflexive. And then we can do the subtraction. So AC minus the BC and BD minus the BC. And what do we call that? Yeah, we can't call it addition anymore. We're going to have to call it subtraction. Yeah, it does make sense, doesn't it? I thought it made sense. So if I take AC and I subtract BC, that gives me AB. And if I take BD and I subtract BC, that gives me CD. And that's called side subtraction. So go back. This side was the same as this side. Now we've got this and this. Yay, we've got a pair. Yes, and we're done with our first given. Ready for our second given? Okay. Triangle BEC is isosceles is spelled right in this case. Yes, I actually spelled it right this time. We should be thankful. Okay, that's given. And which triangle is it? Yeah, it's the center one. BEC. Yeah, it's not this one that we want, is it? Can we get something from it, though? Yeah, we can. There are 2 things that we can get from isosceles. What are the 2 things? 2 sides and... We just did this, Squirrely. 2 sides and what? Two angles. Good job. So two sides, BE and EC. And two angles, 2 and 3, yep. Definition of isosceles. Okay, we've got two pairs of sides. We're almost there. And we've got two angles. They're just not in the right triangles. Yeah, how do we put the angles in the right triangles, Squirrely? What do we have to do? Do you remember from last time? What do we have to do? Yeah, we have to do linear pairs. Okay, so we got measure angle 2 and measure angle 3. So 2 goes with measure angle 1. So measure angle 2 plus measure angle 1 equals 180. And measure angle 3 plus measure angle 4 equals 180. One big sentence now. This is linear pairs. This is substitution. Now, we've got 2 and 3 are the same, so they can either both be 2s or both be 3s. Both be 2s? Okay. I've run out of space. Well, she's staring at me like she knew it was going to happen. Probably best that they don't have the packet at this point. Okay, so we got measure angle 1 equals measure angle 4 by subtraction. Because the measure angle 2's disappear, so that gives me measure angle 1 and measure angle 4. And hey, look, we're done! We've got two pairs of sides and one pair of angles, and the angle is between the two sides. So we can say side, angle, side. And that is why triangle ABE is congruent to triangle DCE. Yeah, I know it's crunched. It's better than nothing. It's also very rainbow. I like the rainbow. All right. Squirrel, do you have any questions on how we did that one? No? Okay. You think you can handle 2? 2 looks a lot different. I want everybody to try number 2 for homework. Don't worry if you don't get it. We're going to go over it tomorrow. But look at number 1. See what you can do for number 2. I'm going to zoom in right now on number 2. So those of you who can't download the packet can at least see what number 2 looks like. And you can at least try it. Do your givens. See where your givens lead and what you can do with them. All right. That is our report from Izzo and Squirrel on this beautiful Wednesday morning-ish. Thank you very much for listening.